smiling is in D. Yeah, and the Irish lullaby is in E flat. I didn't think so because it wasn't in D. Yeah, they're almost exactly the same. Well, they are very similar, but they're Irish tunes, and they all are the same. I think so. way to the D. may enter. Yeah, I opened the door for you. Don't trip over. You have to play Chinese jumper, particularly.
Wake up. Good morning, Unity. We have some fun music for you this morning, so if you feel like getting up and singing along, that would be awesome.
Dance a jig, get up and sing. Yeah, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4. When I open my heart big and wide, my essence cannot hide. You can see me as I am, a tender, gentle little lamb. With a pure light love I smile at you. You take it in and you smile too. Together we break out in song and sing our love the whole day long. Hide, 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 ho. Hide, 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 he. Hide, 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 hide. Hide, 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 ho. When I open my heart big and wide, my essence cannot hide. You can see me as I am, a tender, gentle little lamb. With a pure light love I smile at you. You take it in and you smile too. Together we break out in song and sing our love the whole day long. Hide, 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 ho. Hide, 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 he. Hide, 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 hide. Hide, 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 ho. I'm singing, ah ha ha. I'm singing, hee hee hee. Hide, 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 hide. Hide, 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 ho. Light of God surrounds me.
Good morning. I think we all can feel the energy of spring starting to creep in. I don't know about you, but I feel it. It's in the air. So welcome. I'm so happy that all of you are here with us today, both in person and those of you online. I am Reverend Amber Boren, the assistant minister here at Unity Center of Spiritual Growth. And here at Unity, we believe in living love and uplifting lives. We are an inclusive and affirming church, which means that we bless all people without exception. And normally I'll list what all of those things are, but when we say all people without exception, that's exactly what that means. If you'll join me now in an opening prayer. Let's just start by breathing. Really deeply taking a deep inhale and an exhale and just settling into a little more peace. For when we focus our attention on our breath, it allows us to come back to the center of ourselves. And when we come from the center, from that divine place inside of us, that's when we can show up more authentically. We can remove the masks that we put on to pretend with one another. We can remove the mask that we falsely believe keeps us safe and protected. But really, that social mask gets in the way of genuine, heartfelt connection. So today, we want us to gather together as one unified human family, to open our minds, expand our hearts, and allow the divine energy of light and love that radiates from inside each one of us to connect together so that we uplift each other, we embrace each other in true harmony and in true unity. And so it is. Amen. So I have a couple of announcements. Well, maybe one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many. We are going to have a holistic festival here at Unity called the Spirit of Unity. And in order to make that happen, we need help. We need some volunteers who are willing to help us plan and also execute. We'd like to see Unity become a spiritual hub in Coeur d'Alene, and this is part of that. So I'm going to send around a clipboard if you're willing to help us out in any way that you can. I just asked, sign your name and put your email address down. We appreciate that. Is Sharon here today? Sharon, thank you. So I'm going to ask Sharon Campbell to come up. She's one of our congregation members, and she does a creative visualization class here. And so she is going to give us a little taste of that today. So, Sharon?
Good morning. Good morning. As Amber said, hi, my name is Sharon, and I teach a creative visualization mind empowerment class on Wednesdays from 6 to 8 and on Saturdays from 2 to 4. And so I'd like to give you just a little idea of what kind of class I teach and a little bit of what goes on there. And so usually I start out with a declaration. And so what I'd like you to do is everybody close your eyes, those who want to participate. And I want you just to feel calm and relaxed. And as Amber had you take a breath in, I'd like you to take one in as well. All right? Take in a deep breath, hold it, and let it out. There we go. And I'd like you to repeat after me. There is only one life. Perfect, whole, and complete. This is God. God is in me. And I am in God. And the words I now speak are for me, about me, and of me. This is the truth about me now. I am a beloved child of God. I'm a beloved child of God's universe. I am a child of fortune. I matter. And I am enough. I've always been enough. And I always will be enough. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. I love and accept myself as I am. I let myself be happy. I am worthy. And starting right now, I will find one way in which to treat myself better today. I see myself healthy. I see myself wealthy. I see myself greatly loving and greatly loved. I understand that God is the source of my supply. And I now see every need that I have being met easily, effortlessly, and in the perfect time, and in the perfect way. I am happy and grateful. It is so. And now as you have your eyes closed, I want you to see a beautiful white light coming down from heaven right through the top of your head. And this white light is glowing and warm like the sun and shining ever so beautifully, now gently moving into your forehead, across your eyes, relaxing all the way as it goes down across your nose and your cheeks, the back of your head, down your mouth, across your chin and your cheek, and to the back of your head, soothing and relaxing as it comes down, just like a beautiful, calming wave from the ocean. This white light now comes down your neck, relaxing, erasing any tension that could be there, moving across your shoulders, down your arms to your elbows, relaxing and healing as it moves down to your wrists, to your hands, through your fingers, and out your fingers. And it now moves back up your hands, up to your elbows, up to your shoulders, and it moves across your chest, and it settles right in your heart. And as you see your heart in this beautiful, white, glowing, healing light in your heart, I want you to see your heart open up. Walls are coming down, fears are coming down, sorrow is being erased, and you just feel in your heart that it can open up more and more to self-love, more love to people that you know, and even more love to people that you're going to meet today. And now I see that beautiful white light moving down your stomach area. See it moving down your abdomen. See it moving down your back, relaxing and healing any tension, anything that needs to be healed. You see every cell in your body being lit up and healed. And Any arthritis is being healed. And it now moves down your hips, down your legs, across your knees, down to your ankles, down to your feet, and through your feet, through your toes. And it now goes out your toes and ever so gently moves all the way back up to your head. And I want you to take a moment and envision something that's really been on your mind that you would need or like to have. And as you look at it and see it as clearly as you can, and if it's okay if you can't see it, just know that it's there. How would it feel that it happened for you? You became it, or you received it. How would it feel in this moment? You have it now. I want you to hold on to that feeling as much as you can throughout the rest of the day. And now when I count to 10, when I get to 10, you will open your eyes and feel calmer, more relaxed, and more positive that you have a part in co-creating in your life with God and God's universe. 1, 2, 3, still feeling calm and relaxed, empowered, and happy because you've just gotten something that you really wanted. 4, 5, 6, feeling energized, still calm and relaxed. 7, 8, 9, getting ready to have a big smile on your face, knowing that things are better and better right now. 10, open your eyes. That's what we do in our class, along with studying. And I want to thank you for this opportunity to come up here and share a little bit with you. And I do hope that everything that you desire comes your way. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. So last week we had a wonderful talk centered around music and healing given by Judith Pinkerton. And today we also have a talk given by another musician who is playing our piano and singing those songs with heartfelt gusto. George Conrad was a member at Unity here years ago, and he helped out our youth program. He also was a pianist here, and from what I gather, he also gave a lot of his heartfelt energy to this place to help it grow and thrive. Today, George Conrad is going to talk about being one, being in unity, with his talk titled, "We Are One, I Want to Fully Act That Way." I'm excited to hear about that, George. Please give George a warm Unity welcome.
I start seeing faces that I remember. That was fun. Well, good morning. Today's message that I'd like to present for you today is a collaboration, not of just my own, but it's with my wife, Viella, who I want to thank for her love and support and assistance in crafting today's presentation. And I'm going to be talking about my learning and understanding of the phrase, "We are one." Now, I don't ever remember hearing those words before all of the years that I was growing up in other the religions throughout my time, until I started attending New Thought, Ancient Wisdom spiritual communities. And when Viola and I and our son Jared started attending this church back in the spring of 2001, those words became more a part of my life. They were comforting, and I didn't feel alone. But what does it mean to live this phrase, that we are one? I'd like to share with you a video about someone who knows.
There's a wonderful paper by Schopenhauer, who's one of my three favorite philosophers, called The Foundation of Morality. There he asks exactly the question that you've asked. How is it that a human being can so participate in the peril or pain of another that without thought, spontaneously, he sacrifices his own life to the other? How can this happen? That what we normally think of as the first law of nature, namely self-preservation, is suddenly dissolved and there's a breakthrough. In Hawaii, some 4 or 5 years ago, there was an extraordinary adventure that represents this problem. There's a place there called the Pali, where the winds from the north, the trade winds from the north, can break you through a great ridge of rocks and of mountain, and they come through the great blast of wind. The people like to go up there to get their hair blown around and so forth, or to commit suicide, like jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. Well, a police car was on its way up the early little road that used to go up there, and they saw just beyond the railing that keeps the cars from rolling over, a young man actually clearly about to jump and prepare himself to jump. Police car stopped. The policeman on the right jumps out to grab the boy and grabs him just as he jumped and was himself being pulled over and would have gone over if the second cop hadn't gotten around, grabbed her, and pulled the two of them back. There was a long description of this. It was a marvelous thing in the newspapers at that time. And the policeman was asked, why didn't you let go? I mean, you would have lost your life. And you see what happened to that man. This is what's known as one-pointed meditation. Everything else in his life dropped off. His duty to his family, his duty to his job, his duty to his own career, all of his wishes and hopes for life just disappeared, and he was about to go. And his answer was, I couldn't let go. If I had, and I'm quoting almost word for word, if I'd let that young man go, I could not have lived another day of my life. How come? Schopenhauer's answer is, this is the breakthrough of a metaphysical realization that you and the other are one, and that the separateness is only an effect of the temporal forms of sensibility of time and space. And our true reality is in that unity with all life. It is a metaphysical truth that becomes spontaneously realized because it's the real truth of your life. Policeman didn't know who that young man was. And Schopenhauer said, in small ways you can see this happening every day, all the time. This is a theme that can be seen moving life in the world. People doing nice things for each other.
When I saw that, I was really touched. I still am. That police officer was the hands and the feet of a good and loving God. Without thinking, he claimed his oneness with the jumper, a total stranger. He didn't know the man's politics, he didn't know his religions, he didn't know his beliefs or thoughts about things, but he knew innately, instinctively, that we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. And he wanted to help. Nice words, great phrases to put on a poster, perfect short little affirmations to write on a Post-it note and stick to your bathroom mirror. They're intoxicating phrases for an uplifting song or a prayer. Soothing balms for the wounds that are caused by codependency and the addictions that follow. But in all honesty, when push comes to shove, I mostly see people recreating and projecting those wounds when working in groups. My first experience living as we are one came when Viola and I chaperoned and attended Unity Regional Teen Camps with our son from 2004 through 2011. And on almost every drive, when we were coming back home, the teens would ask, how come our life at home be like what we just experienced in camp? Why can't it be like that? Because we had been working and living and playing and living as one in those camps. What made those camps different from our everyday lives at the time that we were sharing? That we were very diligently practicing intent. We individually took responsibility for projecting what we wanted to come back to us. During those camps, we suspended judgment. We made space in our hearts for the counselor or the teen that would pull us out of our individual comfort zones. We looked and found the divine within them. We sent out a vibe that we were willing to look past our differences and go heart to heart. In essence, we were discovering the field of quantum physics. Because we were all sharing the same energy field, we took responsibility for what we were contributing to that energy field. And even with these amazing glimpses of what we are one truly means, I'd come back home and end up climbing right back up on the pedestal that my ego had built for me, thinking that I was truly living as one. Now I just came from the camps. Until someone would cut in front of me when I was leaving church. Or some politician, or a political group, or a neighbor, or a corporation, or even a family member did or said something that I disagreed with. Our world is presently providing us more than enough opportunities to decide how I am going to relate to the words, "We are one." Amid the political divisions, fear, and anger, I'm getting the opportunity to ask, am I going to let my ego attack and make judgments and be fearful of what is happening? Or am I going to exercise my responsibility to work with my thoughts? Am I going to stop othering? Now, most of us have grown up with some type of or amount of dysfunction of some kind. Wounded egos judge to gain self-esteem and more one-upmanship. But there's something else inside of me, divine and whole, that I can work with. I have to stop and make a conscious choice which mind I'm going to be living with. As an example, I just read the past week about one of the largest egg-producing companies in the United States that just released its revenue figures. In the past year, its income has increased by 500% from the prior year. Even though it's estimated that only 15%, although that's a big number, of the chicken population that lays eggs in this country have been eradicated in the past 4 months due to the bird influenza pandemic there, the price of eggs has increased over 250%. Obviously, this increase is not solely due to the bird flu. When I read that, I found myself getting angry and judgmental. I took a deep breath, and then I took the company's leaders and myself into thoughtful prayer. I realized they're acting out of a feeling, a sense of lack and greed. And if I'm going to be honest, so have I in various times throughout my life. I asked myself, do I believe there is enough? Seeing our commonality helped me hold them in love and forgiveness. I literally had to tell myself to release my anger and fear consciously. George, pray for healing yourself and them. For everyone who was taught scarcity thinking. We're all humans struggling with the same consciousness in varying degrees. As Thich Nhat Hanh wrote, without fear, we are able to see clearly our connection to others. Without fear, we have more room for understanding and compassion. Without fear, we are truly free. Now, I began noticing over these past several years that I haven't been feeling or acting that we are one. I've been reacting with anger and fear and frustration. I found myself judging and attacking and creating the us versus them situation. Allowing these occurrences to light my trash can, as Vi likes to put it. All of this simply created more fear, more anger, and more frustration within me. I was adding to the very chaos that I was seeing and experiencing. Well, I've learned A Course of Miracles teaching is true. Love and fear cannot coexist. To quote Ernest Holmes, the author of The Science of Mind, we are a unity and cannot hope to experience the beneficial results of prayer if mentally and emotionally we are a house divided against itself. So, what about this chaos I'm seeing and feeling in the world? Well, we are all in a doctorate level laboratory for our spiritual beliefs. Do I really believe and think and live that God is good? Do I really believe that there's an all-knowing, omnipresent, all-loving power at work in all things? Do I believe that God is acting in all things and that God is good all of the time? I know these aren't words that you've never heard before. Can I stay curious instead of engaging in attack and fear and judgment? Or am I going to go out there and rant and rave and add to the anger and the hate and the chaos in this world? And then come back to my place of worship on Sunday and look for pretty Band-Aids. Are these phrases simply a magical elixir I'm hoping will eliminate the pain that I'm experiencing from my own fear, addictions, and past wounds that these negatives I perceive have caused in my life? I'm not talking about putting my head in the sand and pretending that negative things don't happen, at least from my perspective. What I'm talking about is how I handle that perspective and how it impacts me, and thus how it impacts the world. I can believe the world's going to hell in a handbasket. Or I can believe that crisis precedes emergence. Things always look like they're falling apart before a new and better paradigm comes and replaces it. I do believe that God is good and acting in all things. I can believe that God works in mysterious ways. Daniela Laporte, Canadian author, wrote, "When the world's vibration reaches a critical mass, a certain mass frequency, everything that seems unlike God, polarity, opposition, separation, and fear, that has been hiding in the shadows bubbles to the surface. Unworkable paradigms are falling apart, gasping their last breaths and fighting for survival. My job is to stay in alignment with my higher power, to help create a vibration that welcomes this new and better paradigm. I can only do this if I stay out of fear and worry and practice faith, forgiveness, and love." You know, I can believe that actually these times are wonderful. They're inviting me to spiritually grow up, to mature, and be responsible for my thoughts, my perceptions, and my reactions. This is the perfect time to stop myself from projecting the past or jumping into fearful future scenarios that haven't even occurred. Metaphysicians talk about the power of the spoken word. When Biella said that my heart is broken over a period of few weeks, she developed a heart murmur. It was temporary, but when she reframed the entire situation and stopped saying, "My heart is broken," it went away. When she termed another feeling an event that felt like I was getting kicked in the gut, she developed a hernia. And surgeons had to repair that. How are you talking about current events? I believe these times are demanding we be mindful of our spoken word and our thoughts. Are you monitoring what outcomes you're calling for with your thoughts and words? We can't help the world if we live in fear, hate, or separation. As Michael Beckwith has said, the world does not evolve when people gather around to commiserate about doom and gloom. It evolves through the coming together from creativity, beauty, and love to express. Is it easy? No. No. It takes great discipline and practice. Lots of practice, all the time. It takes diligent prayer and meditation and forgiveness of self and others. And when I get riled up, and I do, I go to my meditation cushion. This is how I get active. Meditation and prayer are not inactions. At the minimum, I shed my fear. I let go of my anger. I forgive myself and others for being human. I stop judging and attacking. I find compassion. I feel calmer. And I believe the words of Gandhi and Martin Luther King and Jesus. You know, when Jesus arrived on this planet, the Jewish people were under the weight of 613 commandments and laws written in the Torah. So, when someone was frightened or irritated by this spiritual, political upstart walking around and talking, decided that they would like to test Jesus by asking, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment of the law?" You know, Jesus replied. He said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind." This is the first and greatest commandment. But he didn't leave it at that. And then he said, the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. And all the law and prophets hang on these two commandments. Two. He understood innately what quantum physics is proving. We're all interconnected. We're all one on this planet. What we put out into the world comes back at us. And that's what I learned in those teen camps. Would you want someone to speak to you the way you're speaking to that driver that just cut you off on the freeway? Or how about the news person that's delivering the latest frustrating event that you think is frustrating and you're hearing about it? Now, those other people feel your energy, even if they haven't physically heard you. So does your body. Synthesizing all of this learning, Viella came up with the idea of simply setting aside 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes, to think and hold every situation, every person, every idea or belief that creates within us anxiety, confusion, anger, that always light my trash can. And visualize them surrounded with love and forgiveness. She calls this total love for 10 minutes at 10. And we've started doing this. I've even set a little alarm on my phone. Every day at 10 a.m., it kind of goes off to remind me. And even if I can't do it right then, I'm aware of it. So that when I have the time, when I have nothing else going on, I can sit and think that way. Just to pause and meditate, pray, and hold these irritating and angering and fearful situations and people in love. You know, whenever I do this, I find a new depth of self-love, of self-forgiveness, self-respect, and peace. What a gift. What a blessing to me and to the world. I am doing as Gandhi did. I just saw it over there hanging on the wall. I am going to be the change. I am being the change that I wish to see in this world. I am doing what Martin Luther King said. I want to be the peace that I want to see in this world. In conclusion, if anything I've said today makes sense, I'd invite you to take these next few minutes to get comfortable and conscious about what you would like to put into the quantum field that we all share. So I'd like you to sit and get comfortable. Take a deep breath or two. You know, the power of prayer and positive thought and meditation, it's boundless. Dr. Hugh Len was a therapist in the 1980s who was assigned to a criminally insane hospital ward in Hawaii. And he had learned and practiced the art of ho'oponopono. Simple phrases that would say, I'm sorry, I forgive you, thank you, I love you. And for the entire period of time that he was there, it was an uncontrollable place. He did not meet with any of those patients, those inmates. What he did is he would sit in his office, read a file, think and hold it within him, and recognize his connection to that person. He would look at them and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what pain I may have caused and what pain you have caused. And I forgive you. I forgive me. I love you. And I thank you for being able to connect with you. And within a year or two, they had to close the ward because they had no more inmates. He had no more patients there. He was healing them as he healed himself. So I would like you to sit in a comfortable place inside and notice that right next to you is sitting your mentor, your special person. Perhaps it's somebody from your own life, someone maybe you had met in your past. Maybe it's somebody from history, but it's someone that you want to have sitting next to you. And you look at them and they look at you. And that mentor says to you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused you. And I'm sorry for the pain you're experiencing. Whether it's whatever failures you've had in your life, or the successes and triumphs. I recognize these shortcomings because I have them too. And I forgive you. I hope you forgive me as well. Gosh, I love you. And you feel that love. And you say back to that mentor sitting next to you, I love you. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of me and feeling me. And as you look down, you notice that there's a bowl that's sitting right in your lap. And as you were going through this experience with your mentor, it was filling up with love and recognition and connection in the human spirit. God's in there. You're a part of God. And then I want you to look across the room. And sitting on the other side is someone that you do not like, that you are frustrated by, that you are perceiving as causing your own pain and anger. And look at them. And that they look at you. Now you become the mentor. Share what you just experienced. I'm sorry for the pain that I may have caused you and the pain that you may have caused others. I forgive you. I forgive myself. I love you. I love me. Thank you. And you take that bowl and you gently slide it across to them. Take a deep breath. Come back here in this room and thank you for the opportunity that you have allowed me to share today.
Thank you, George, for a lesson in reminding us that to live as one, in the spirit of one, means to consciously choose not to light our inner trash can, but to light our divine candle. So thank you. Also, in the spirit of unity, I wanted to mention that this Friday is the Day of World Prayer. And so I'm going to invite all of you to just maybe set a reminder on your phone or write yourself a little note this Friday to take a couple of minutes in prayer to pray for more love, more harmony, and more healing. Because truly, when we combined all of that powerful, intensive energy, great things can happen. So please, I invite you to pray this Friday, every day, but this Friday for Day of World Prayer. It is now love offering time. If you are able to share of your financial blessings with our church, it is very much appreciated. If it's your first time, please know that we do not ask you to give, just simply be our guest. If you're watching online from our website, please go to the Synopsis tab and click on the giving options for a list of ways to securely submit your gifts. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, use the giving options link on the website menu. And now, if we'll join our voices in harmony and together repeat our affirming divine love statement. All together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I receive. So it is. Amen. Thank you. If you'll join me to bless these love offerings. Divine Spirit of all creation, we're so grateful that we get the opportunity to wake up, to gather together, and to worship together, expand together, to love one another. We bless these love offerings. This money that's been hard-earned by those of you sitting in the audience today. You put your effort and your energy, and then you give back. And we're so grateful for that. But we're also grateful for those of you who volunteer, who show up, who give a smile, a hug, a kind word. because you are also spreading the energy of love. And it's so important. We're so thank you. We're so thankful. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Tracy, and I'm the celebration assistant for today. We love that you are all here on this beautiful Sunday. Thank you for everyone who makes the Sunday service happen. We appreciate you all. It takes a lot of volunteers for the Sunday service to run as smoothly as it does, so thank you. Today, we would like to honor all of our volunteers. I was expecting a slide. Okay. Oh, there it is. Yes, our video streamers. Thank you, guys. If we have anybody here for the first time today, we want to thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad to have you here and hope that you're having a great time. We have a welcome packet for you, so if our first timers would raise their hands up so we can find you. Welcome. Thank you. And if you're streaming, you can also let us know you're here for the first time by clicking on the Connect With Us tab in the synopsis window on the website there. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Even if this isn't your first time, we're so glad you're here, too. At Unity, we believe in the power of prayer. If you have a prayer request for a situation in your life or for someone else, we invite you to fill out a prayer request form and put it in one of our prayer vessels that are out in the hall on your way out. We will pray over it for a week and then send it on to Silent Unity, where they will pray over it for another month. We have our prayer chaplains available also to pray with you after the service. Can I have our prayer chaplains stand up? All right, we've got, oh, and you're in the back already standing. So one of them will be in the meditation room and one will be out in the library. So yeah, stop by. They are here to pray with you. All right, so we had the announcements running at the beginning. If you were late or you missed them, they are listed in your program or on the website. We would love for you to join us and become more involved with the church. It is such a great way to get to know the community and get involved with all of these wonderful people here. I also want to draw your attention to a couple specific announcements. First, just a reminder that we would love it if you joined Laura Siddell after the potluck for community conversations. That's today. It'll be this afternoon. This group is going to discuss in a forum style, sharing just amazing stories of personal spiritual awakening. So that should be a lot of fun. And to put our words into practice, a prayer and meditation group is meeting to put focus and energy into drawing forth the perfect minister to lead and expand our community. Anyone interested in helping to visualize and call forth this perfect person is invited to join us to participate. This group meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5. Next week, we are going to have Susie Hicks here as our guest speaker. Looking forward to that. And we would also love to have you join Thomas. Oh man, I was practicing George Orgula. There's so many different ways you can say that. Next Sunday, March 9th, join Thomas Orgula in the Cosmic Cafe, which is a discussion group focusing on unraveling the mysteries of God, the universe, science, spirituality, and ourselves. All religions and philosophies contain elements of truth. By opening ourselves to these new perspectives, we can expand our understanding of all these universal principles. And the Fat Follies is coming up. It's Unity's very own Mardi Gras celebration. If you have a talent to showcase, whether it's a song, a skit, a joke, or any other hidden talent, sign up for a tryout and Julie Croteau will contact you. Acts must be family friendly and spaces are limited. If you aren't ready to perform, then we would love to have you volunteer to assist with costumes, decorating, and staging. There will also be a silent auction, so if you can donate items for creating some delightful Easter baskets, please sign up today. If you would like to lead the effort to create the baskets, that would also be awesome. Talk to Julie if you want to do that. All right, and Today's a super special day because it is our first Sunday of the month. So can we have all you March birthdays stand up? We're going to sing you a little birthday song. Oh, we're going to bring the kids in first. Let's have the kids in so they can participate in the birthday festivities. So now that the kids are here and we can celebrate those with March birthdays, everybody else with a March birthday, please stand up so we can sing for you. Celebrate.
Sparrow, you want to tell us what the kids did today?
Sure. So we started off, we made you all some hemp protein balls. So they all wore gloves. So they're good. And we've got a little time outside, not enough. So, but we did do some singing bowls, and they loved the singing bowls so much. We got some affirmations in there. We continued with our Gandhi quote and worked on our words and our intentions.
Wonderful, thank you. All right, kids, if you want to go back to your families. She's all, maybe not. Also, real quick announcement, we've got some free books in the hallway on the bookcase, the rolling bookcase, so grab yourself a free book, and then the ones on the tables are still $1, right? All new as well. Also, if any of you were finding yourself moved by George's talk and felt that maybe you also feel some anger and frustration when you listen and consume the news. I have an article in the back of the room that gives some Buddhist tips about consuming the news more mindfully. So, all right, well, I invite you all to stand and join me in our peace song.
Peace that was meant to be.
prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen. Thank you for being here. Potluck in the Friendship Hall.